What's up YouTube, Dad here from Zephyr Games, bringing you a Cyber Angel deck profile. Now, as you can see, I've got a bit of a extra deck there. It is all down to personal preference with your extra deck. You can play none. I highly recommend you play at least some. And then this is a part of extra deck because the rest is then all down to you of what you would like to choose. Bump up, add more into, entirely up to you. Without further ado, we're going to crack straight into it. So, Cyber Angels is a ritual-based deck, obviously from the anime as well. We got it quite late on, to be totally fair. We only got it mid last year, but they are still really, really fun to play and quite good in link format. So we start off with triple Cyber Angel Ben 10. This is your search of the deck. When it's tribute summon for a ritual summon, you search one light fairy type monster from your deck. Now this is your plays to get you into your Star Seraph, and then helps you get into Saturnite or Saturnite, Deltaros, and Evil Swarm or Ouroboros. We then play, its monster effect isn't as great, but it basically does, you inflict damage to your opponent equal to a monster's original defense in the graveyard when it destroys a monster by battle, and it's an 1800, so it's not the best. Anyway, we then go with double Cyber Angel at day 10. This, when it's ritual summoned, when it's tribute summoned, gives an extra K to all your ritual monsters, which can be very, very important, both attack and defense. If it's ritual summoned, you add one ritual spell card from your deck to the graveyard, from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And then we play the beaters. The one Cyber Angel Dakini, when it's ritual summoned, you make your opponent send one monster they control to the graveyard, so non-target and non-destruction, and they choose what they send. If a ritual monster you control attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Once per turn, during your end phase, you can send one ritual monster or machine angel ritual monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. It's very, very cool. And then Cyber Angel Vrash. Now this was supposed to be like really, really big and cool when it came out in Invasion Venom, but it never really took off. If this card is ritual summoned, you destroy as many face-up monsters your opponent controls as possible. That was special summon from the extra deck, and if you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent for each. And if you do that, this card can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that will destroy a card on the field, you shuffle one ritual monster from your graveyard into the deck, negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. So as you can see, it's very, very cool, but it just doesn't get made as much in the deck. Because what you rely on most is Herald of Perfection. Now this is a 28 booty with an 1800 attack, and it pretty much pitch any fairy type monster from your hand to the graveyard to negate a spell, trap, or monster effect. Now you can play 3 if you want, but I like the ratio of 2 Herald and 2 Serapha Queen of Dragons. The reason I like Serapha is there's a couple of cool plays where you can end up ripping 2 from your opponent's hand. And the thing is, Serapha stacks in the end phase. So you ritual summon this card with Hymn of Light. During the end phase, if this card was ritual summoned this turn, or if a light monster was sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard. So if you're using Herald, if you have Herald and Serapha on board, it's really, really nice combos. This graveyard this turn. While this card was face up on the field, you activate one of these effects. You draw 2 cards and discard one. Discard one random card from your opponent's hand and add one light monster from your graveyard to hand. So you only get to use one effect per turn and only once that turn. So the best thing about Seraph is no matter what, its effect's never really dead. And the fact that it happens in the end phase as well, as a 2500 attacker, not to mention you can go up to 35 if you use a day 10. And she's a level 6, so she gets a search off of Ben 10, then you're either drawing and pitching, or you're ripping 2 from your opponent's hand. It's very, very important when she links up with Ouroboros. You then play the Star Seraph engine, so triple Scepter and triple Chair. This is your Deltaros and Ouroboros plays. Obviously, with Zephyr and Chair, you get another pop, you get a draw, it's insane. Triple Manju, again, very, very important in the deck, searches out pretty much 99% of your deck. All of the ritual monsters and all the ritual spells. We wrap it up with the one Maxi, the one Archlord Christia, because you can actually fluctuate your graveyard with fairy monsters relatively nicely. So if you build up your board of like Herald of Perfection, Serapha, and then drop a Christia on your opponent, they might as well scoop. And then wrapping it up is your one Cyber Petite Angel. You can play this in more than one if you want, but one kind of gets too cloggy, and the ability to cycle this back with Ritual Sanctuary, the field spell, is quite consistent, to be totally honest, so it's not the end of the world having it at 1. So that's it for the monster lineup. As you can see, a very healthy monster lineup there. Now on to the spells. We play triple Ritual Sanctuary. This card is really, really cool in the deck. You discard one spell card, add a light ritual monster or ritual spell card from your deck to your hand. You shuffle any number of spell cards from your graveyard into the deck, and then target one light fairy monster in your graveyard whose level equals the number of cards you shuffled into the deck, and special summon it. So it helps you recycle your Petite Angel. Also, it means that your ritual sanctuaries and your terraformings are never really dead. We play triple pre-prep of rights. Now this card can search you out your Serapha, and it can also search you out your Herald of Perfection. If you do want to go like 3 Herald and 1 Serapha, entirely up to you. It's down to personal preference on the build. I just quite like Serapha's artwork and effect in general. Play the one pre-prep of rights. Now again, very, very important. This can cycle back your Ben 10. Not that you need it massively, but you can cycle back Ben 10, help you extend your ritual plays. Triple Machine Angel Ritual. Very, very cool card. Artwork's awesome as well. You ritual summon any Cyber Angel monster. You also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed, which is very, very important, the level of the ritual monster. If a light monster or monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you banish this card instead. So it can protect your Deltaros as well, which is really, really cool. And then it also protects your Herald of Perfection and stuff like that. Double Dawn of the Herald. Now I only have 2 of these, which is kind of the reason why I'm only playing 2 Heralds. But again, when you ritual summon using this card, you get to banish this and then bring back the Ben 10. So you get to search off the Ben 10, you then use Dawn of the Herald to bring it back to your hand, and then you've got another ritual play, especially if you open up with a Hymn of Light. Now Hymn of Light also has this second ability that you can banish this. If a ritual monster or monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you banish this instead. So there's another replacement effect. And then we wrap it up with the one Solemn Warning. So as you can see, with the ritual spells actually offer a lot more than just the standard summoning of the monster. It can offer a lot of protection to the deck as well as. Now onto the extra deck. Now it's a really, really small extra deck. You can add more into it. It's entirely up to you. I like playing the one number 24 Dragulius, the Vampiric Dragon. Now the chances are you won't make this, but this is just for those tight situations when you've got your 2 Seraphas or your Heralds become dead or you've got Ben 10s on board. I just love the artwork. I think it's absolutely amazing and its effect is pretty badass too. Especially the fact that it revives itself to the main monster zone under links is incredible. 103 for your draw power, your zoos, anything that changes their attack to defense. Very, very cool on that. Abyss Dweller, very, very staple. Castell, Tornado Dragon, Diamond Dire Wolf. So these are kind of like your staple plays. You can add more staples in if you want. But for the remaining 3, you must play Evil Swarm, Ouroboros, and Saturnite Deltaros. So Deltaros, when you make it with a Severance, brain just gone melted there. With the chair and the scepter, you get 2 pops, which is awesome. But going first, you want to go into your Ouroboros because you get to rip one from your opponent's hand, and then if you've got Serapha on board as well, you're ripping another one. And they're down to 3 cards already, and they're very, very cool working together. If you do go into Deltaros and maybe you use all his materials, or he becomes dead, or you just want to beat up, or your opponent's playing Dark Monsters, you can always bump him up into Constellar Diamond as well. So that's it for the extra deck. Like I said, there's 6 more spaces there. That's entirely down to you on what you want to add in and what you want to try out. That is just down to personal preference on how you want to do it. You could obviously play 2 Ouroboros if you want instead of Deltaros. It's kind of mix and match and play it as you wish and how you like. Anyway, that is it for the deck profile. It's incredibly fun. Always the decks from the animes, whether they're the strongest or not, they're still always incredibly fun to play and to trial out and just give a go. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button, right in the bottom left hand corner.